Big Bo again. This update on the Sears tractors, and maybe at the end of this video you'll see my GT18 run. And I don't know about driving, but you'll just see it run. But this is a 16. It's a 72. Between I think it's after 73, they had the fenders that would come connecting the running boards, like they was about to connect, but they wasn't connected. They had like a 1/4 inch gap in between them. So it's 72, and fixed the fuel pump, got it working right, the custom fuel pump on it, and put a brand new battery, 3-point hitch that I got a diagram from Sears.com, 3-point hitch, how it's made. And then I went on Google, and there was a guy on there that did measurements of what to do to these bars and the degree to bend them at. And them 2 bars on the bottom are just tractor supply bars. It's got holes drilled through them with the 3/4 inch pins at the bottom. It works perfectly now. It just needs to have wiring done to it. The charging system doesn't seem to working right. Tried to fix it with that one wire going straight to the regulator. It says going straight to battery, but it didn't work. So I guess the regulator's blown. This is how, what I've heard, most of these hoods break right here. Well, mine broke, and it was just at the little hinges. The only thing, the little hinge on the fiberglass part just snapped straight through them. They didn't actually hurt the hood at all. So my buddy had drilled holes completely through it. I don't know if you can see them tops of the head bolts, and put these, I don't know what kind of bolts them are. They just got a flat head on them that just like sink in on each side. So I put 2 big barn door hinges from Tractor Supply, the ones that you can cut. You can cut a hole through them on each side to bolt down. You don't have already holes drilled. So I cut a slit in that one over there, a hole in this one over here, 2 holes down through there. Now the bottom piece is aluminum, which everybody should know that owns these tractors. They have little hinges already built on them. So what you do is take a grinder and grind them hinges off flat with the rest of it. You don't have to paint it because you won't be able to see it, and it does not rust. So the only thing I got to do to this now is fix the charging. Probably just buy another regulator from Tractor Supply and put on it. Then I got to take this, well, I didn't have enough tubes before. I'm going to put this shut off on the actual tube that goes to the gas. I got another tube, a fuel line, that's going to go straight back down to the pulse fitting. This was a $11 fuel pump from eBay, like a Nikiki off-brand. Instead of buying the fuel pump replacement kit for a Tecumseh, which was $25 just for the kit, this was $11 for the whole fuel pump. I have another one that was going to go on the 12, but I put it on my racing lawnmower to get it running. I'm just going to buy one more and stick it on the 12 the same way I did to this one, because the gas tank is lower than the fuel line, the carburetor. This mower runs good, it mows pretty good. I had to sit there and tweak with the belts a little while because the belt underneath this guard broke. And once I got it fixed, the deck was not level. Let's just say that. The left side was cutting in too much. So what I did is I went to this adjustment bar. I don't see that. Anyway, let me lower it. The one with that spring on it. Underneath it is a bolt that's got thread locked. What it does, it makes this whole thing float. and it also makes it leveled. So I just tightened it up a couple turns. This is a pretty nice tractor when I got it. Runs pretty good. All the belts were brand new when I got it. The engine was bored out already. And completely rebuilt engine. The paint and everything is original, which you can tell. What I thought about doing was taking a buffing wheel and just buff all this in. I know I probably won't get them buffed out, but just buff it out and clear it. But that's about it for the 16. The 12, on the other hand, is the one I fully restored, except for the rims. I haven't painted them yet, because I've never really painted rims before. I just got to get off my ass and get around to do it. I got to get new headlights. The motor runs good, but it needs new piston rings in it. Either it needs new piston rings or it needs to be bored out and a new piston and piston ring put into it, because it does wobble down toward the crank. And the bore, it's wobbling a little bit for some reason. Had a blown head gasket on it when I first fired it, because you can see oil dripping out the side of it. In my next video, hopefully, if this one guy comes by today, I might be getting another one of these, but a little bit older. It's gonna be like it's a 66 Suburban 12. It's the one where they have the squared fenders in the rear instead of the round. This one doesn't need anything really anymore. It's about done with. That's why I wanted another one. The next one, since I've already got a 12, a 16, and a GT18, the next one I've always wanted to make a mud mower, but I'm not going to tear it up like some people do, just weld everything together and stuff like that. It's going to have either its original motor or a clone put on it, but it's not going to be a 6.5 clone. It's going to be a bigger one. I might go out and buy an 8 and put on it, but I've already got a 14 sitting there at electric start. Hardly has any hours on it at all. But that's about it for this one. It's a pretty good mower. I like driving it around. And for the 18, let me get the key from the 16. The 18, it's the 84. Some people don't like these. I like them. They look pretty good to me. The toughest tractor I've ever had. It's got a Briggs opposed twin. This is the year of the FFs. So, if anybody's ever heard of the FFs, my favorite one of them is the FF24. They have hydraulic lifts in the back and hydraulic lifts underneath it and a PTO drive that goes up the rear of it. But they have an Onan on them, which I'm not a fan of Onans at all, because they cost a lot more to work on than Briggs. If I had an FF, I would stick a Briggs post twin right on it the same day I got it and then sell the motor. But this one has been outfitted with a tachometer, I don't know what inch snowplow this is. I got it for free. Yeah, I got all that for free. Snowplow and the under subframe that went back, which is just connected by them arms I had to modify to go up. It goes right to my deck lift, which don't work on my deck lift because it came off another mower. Then it hooks into a place underneath the rear end, one of the holes. I just had to bring it down a little bit farther with some angle iron. I made this a 5/8 bolt for the winch to hook up to it. 2,000 pound traveler winch I got for $40, brand new out of the box at Tractor Supply, because I had it for a sale. And just got a 1/4 inch thick steel, 4 inches wide on each side angle iron bumper with rectangular tubing going back and going into the frame, bolting into it. Then when I put the the blade on, I had to tack weld it in places. You see right there? Just so it'll stay. You can take it off. I mean, you just take a hammer to it and a chisel, and it'll break. This has motor has been rebuilt completely. All brand new gaskets. Only thing I've not touched on the gaskets is the carburetor kit. I've not touched that because it was still good. I put a brand new fuel pump in it with a diagram. Brand new fuel filter. Have yet to replace the line yet. I might not need to for a while. I got this whole mower for I think $350 from my uncle. It has the deck with it, which is right there. It mows pretty good, but the same belt that was broke on that 16 broke on this one, which is underneath that guard. 50-pound wheel weights on each side, which came off this mower, which I don't know why you put wheel weights on a hydro. I think it would kill the transmission. And we might hear it run if it wants to start for me. This mower does charge its battery and everything. Very powerful motor I've ever had. Very torquey one too. Watch the tack. Yes, this tack does work. Even though it's rated for automotive, you just put it on 4-cylinder, and they're exactly the same because it's an opposed twin. A 4-cylinder would be like 2 opposed twins put together. If they go to the same RPM. I'll plug my iPod back in. That ticking noise, I cut one of the valves too much in the left cylinder, so I got to go back into it and get another valve or face them. Take a lot of parts storage and have to face. Front headlights both work. As I said before, this is the best mower I've ever had. I usually sometimes, just for fun of it, just drive it to the mail and get the mail with it. I'll let it warm up for a minute because I'm going to use it. But as for the 16 and the 12, a few minor things and they'll be done. There might be another 12 on the way. So a guy has to call me today, and I'm going to be trading that mower, the one with the checkers, for another one of these that has the deck on it. Just needs a starter generator put on it, or rebuilt, which I can get one rebuilt for about $30. But that'll be it for today. Thanks. Please comment, rate, and subscribe.